Hi friends, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles. I am back with the 15-minute craft challenge. So I decided to grab this pile of papers. I was making, this was a while ago, using these fall papers and a few other scraps, but they were those little board books that I made on the 4x4 coasters, and I printed way too much paper than what I needed from that kit, but I really like it. It's the kind of vintage comic fall and fun different colors. So there's a whole bunch of that. I've got more scraps if I need them. And then I found this piece of packing paper. So I don't know what I'm going to make, but that's what I have. And whatever else I can reach on my desk. That's the kind of the framework I made for myself on the 15-minute challenge is what can I make with a pile of scraps, and then what I can reach here in my craft room. So, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you're here. And if you have a moment and enjoy this, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's start the timer. It goes by super fast and see what happens, okay? All right, timer, 15 minutes. Okay, well, I definitely want to make something with this base here. I love the crinkle. And yeah, I was about to tear it, but I think I don't want to see the Amazon stuff. Let's see what happens if we could make something kind of short and wide. I do a lot of tall and skinny. Let's do short and wide. That would kind of describe me. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but I just, I do a lot of tall and skinny. Good, this trimmer made it. And I could maybe, if I like this, make another one later. So, let's see. This. And I could have options here. Maybe I'll fold it back. There's lots of things you can do with these types of packing materials. Love the junk journaling. Love playing with things. I think what I'm going to do is leave it open at the top. So I'm going to glue this along this edge quickly and along the bottom so that we make a top load pocket. I'm going to leave this to be a flip, and I may even add something to it to make it a bigger flip. All right, so this will eventually be our cover, a flip, a pocket. And what do we want to do here? Maybe we'll do an angled pocket. And yes, we're going to see a little bit of that, but I will line it, or we'll just put a piece of paper back there before I glue this one down. And we can trim everything up if we need to with our scissors. And again, I am not going to sit here and look at all these papers just to pick the perfect one. We are just on timer mode. And again, this isn't to rush you with your crafting. This is to remind me, and hopefully you guys, that even when we don't have a lot of time, we can have a lot of fun just using things we have in our craft room that bring us some joy, okay? So that's the point of this, not to stress anyone out. Okay, I think I'm going to, that eyeball is kind of strange to me, but if I do this, we can now have a flap on the back with that, right? And I'm not going to worry too much right now about inking. This could be a pocket. This could be a pocket. So, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to glue it on two sides, like that. I hope. Probably could have put some right along here, and that would have been better. Let me open it up and do that. Yep, need a little more sticky. We'll put it right along here because I want that other side to flip. To flip. Hopefully I didn't add too much glue back there. All right, this I am just going to glue down a little bit on itself so it'll have a double thickness here. And this is going to become a pocket. Now this is going to be an issue, and I probably could have torn it off, but I didn't. Okay. All right, so again, I am going to add glue here, and along with this bottom, I'm doing some extra. This paper seems to be soaking it up. Soaking up the glue. Okay. I know, I got a little wild there for a second, and it was hanging off of the table and everything. Okay, flip, a flip, a flip. And this is our cover. All right. How am I doing? Oh, I still have 10 minutes and 13 seconds. So let's bring these so you guys can see what I'm digging through. I think I like this with all these colors. So again, I'm just going to use my ruler because it's nice and easy and fast. And we get those nice torn edges that pick up ink really well. But it would help. Like I left a big old streak there. And I'm not being the most getting it the straight. But again, that's okay. All right, cuteness. We'll get some layers on here and be really good to go before too long. All right, I'm going to glue this all the way down. I'm not going to turn this into a flip. But again, just because this is pretty thin, I'm going to give myself some extra thickness. I love when I upcycle packaging and thin paper and things like that. Once you start getting all your other layers, I really love how it starts to feel. So I'm not doing a lot of inking right now because it takes time. And I want to use my time to decorate. But I did put a little bit on that edge because you could see quite a bit of white. All right, here we go. And the reality is we really don't, a lot of times I use a lot more glue than I need. It's that, I don't know, you just, see how it's already using out? You just want to make sure, you know, you're not going to have any issues. Okay, I want to make a little flippy page, and I keep setting these up here because I do not want to run out of room to work, but I also want y'all to see what I'm looking at a little bit at least, right? All right, this we're gonna fold in half since it's only printed on one side, and let's get an approximate height of this. Let's make it 5 1/4, and we're gonna just use the trimmer this time. 5 1/4 in height. And just get the white off. That was fast too, wasn't it? It was fast. Okay, now we're gonna glue this together. And we're gonna sandwich this guy in here like this. And then glue all of this together. And again, I could have left it open if I wanted to and make a pocket. So if you decide to grab some packaging and just start playing like I am, remember kind of all your elements and things that we've looked at different times, because if you want to, you can certainly, look at how nice and crooked that is. It looks straight here and it's super crooked here. I think it's just because the whole piece is crooked. Don't worry about it. We're just going to keep going. All right. I would like a little bit of ink right along here, just because I think when I'm looking, I want to remember where it folds. This is, oh, it's a pocket this way. All right. And this is a flap. We can put something here. This is a pocket, and this is a pocket. Okay. I just had to remind myself what we were doing. Okay. I'm just reaching over. Let's do one with some circles. I like that blue pumpkin. Okay. I think the best way to do this one is like this. Is with the ruler again. And ta-da! I'm going to guesstimate. I don't mind if some of the brown is showing. In fact, I kind of like it. So we're just going to guesstimate. I just didn't want it super plain. There we go. And we'll put it right there. It would look a little better, I think, with some ink, but I'll figure out a way to ink it later if I want to. Someone had the idea, is like, why don't you make whatever project you're going to like construct it in 15 minutes and then stay on and decorate? And I think that's not a bad idea, but we'll see how far we can get. And then if we want to decorate it more, maybe that can be another video. Maybe that'll be another video. I'm trying to get a few things filmed ahead of time because I'm going to be out of town. So you guys are going to be watching this while I'm on vacation. And I think that'll be great. Y'all hopefully will enjoy it. And I will enjoy being in the mountains with my honey. Okay. And I'm enjoying this right now. So, you know, lots of enjoyment. I was trying to come up with something unique and fun for this flap, but I'm not feeling it right now. So I think I'm going to tear this where I folded it. And I'm going to take a little off there. And we're going to put this back here, maybe with an opening. I don't know that I'm going to use it as a pocket, but let's give ourselves that option. And I'm going to bring the glue in, so whatever I put in here doesn't have to be quite so large. All right. This is fun. Need something there, something there. I want to do some kind of flip here. Thinking maybe this lady. I think she'll make me happy. So let's, and you know what? Again, trying to not have a bunch of white paper. Let's chop it off. And I'm going to go with that 5 1/4 again. And there she is talking on the phone. I remember talking on phones that looked just like that. Of course, she's super cool because hers is red. All right, I am going to, there's white here, and we will do something about it. But I'm not going to cut it off. I'm going to leave it. All right, I'm going to glue that. And then I'm going to come through here and glue this section. Okay. So now I have a flip here, and I'll just take a little torn piece like this, and we'll cut it off in a moment. Okay. Ta-da! I'll glue this down. I'll probably end up, I don't know, doing some kind of cluster or something. And you know what? I don't know. I just think that having that little bit, it almost looks like a tab there. And I'm using my ribbon scissors, Pam. Let's not do that. No matter how much of a rush you're in, don't do that. Okay, flippy, flippy, flippy. This is so fun. I am at a minute. I'm thinking, let's layer paper here, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn this off, you know, pretty close to the 15-minute, and I will then come back on for a video for another day, and we'll do some more and decorate it. So I think it'll be fair to say when the timer goes off here in a moment that I was pretty successful in building with packing materials a little mini journal folio flippy thing. And let's leave that side open. Again, you don't have to use them as pockets when you do that, but you've left yourself the option. So glue on the 3 sides, and this again would be quite a large piece that could go in there. All right, there goes the timer. So I'm going to turn it off, and we will talk about what we did, and hopefully y'all are interested in this and how I'm going to make that not look wonky. I have no idea. It's probably going to be some kind of lace or something. It's like when it turns, it looks straight. So interesting. Okay, the front needs some decoration. I would like a little bit of ink. I want to make some tags and some fun things to make it be good. But I love stuff like this, like I said, and with the packing paper. So I hope you do too. I know I'm flipping around a lot. We'll put something here as well. So that will be on another video. I have never done that before from the 15-minute craft challenge, but it's a new day, and why not? So this one will probably be, if not, you know, if it doesn't post tomorrow, it'll be very soon because I'm going to keep playing with it. You guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you still like these 15-minute craft challenges, and tell me what you're thinking about. I hope everybody's doing well. Till next time, have a great day.